Right. So, hi, my name is Ola, and I'm going to be walking you through the session today. Before we begin, I have some information for you, and I'm going to read it to make sure that I cover everything. You probably already know why you're here, but let me go over it again briefly. We're asking people to try using the UNC Chapel Hill Hussman School of Journalism and Media website so we can see whether it works as intended. As if there are any aspects of the website that you could share to improve it. The session will approximately take 30 to 45 minutes. The first thing I want to make clear right away is that we're testing the site, not you. So you don't have to worry about making mistakes. We want to know what kind of mistakes you make or just learn about the site itself and how you use it. As you can see the site, I'm going to ask you as much questions as possible. So I would want you to think out loud. Say what you're looking at, what you're trying to do, and what you're thinking. This would be very helpful for us to improve the site. Also, please don't worry about hurting our feelings. We're trying to get honest opinions. If you have any questions as we go along, just ask them. I might not be able to answer them right away since we're interested in how people are using the site, and not so much helping them to navigate it. So with your permission, we're going to record what happens on the screen and conversation. The recording will only be used to help us figure out how to improve the site, and it won't be seen by anyone except the people I'm working on the project with. And if it also helps me because I don't have to take as many notes. So if you would, I'm going to ask you to sign a simple consent form. It just says that we have your permission to record you and that the recording will only be seen and shared with the people in the group. This will be sent to your email. You should have received it by now.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Are you okay with this?
Yes, I'm okay with it. I just
Do you have
signed
any,
it.
do you have any questions so far?
No.
Okay. So before we look at the site, I'll give you this quick survey to also complete. I should have also included it in the email I sent you.
Okay. Okay, got it.
All right. So first, I'm going to ask you to look at this page for a few minutes and tell me what you make of it, what strikes you about it, whose site you think it is, and what you can do here and what it's for. So just look around and do a little narrative. Let me share it with you. Okay. It's in the chat.
Okay. Would you like me to share my screen?
Yes.
Could you enable it?
Don't you have to request?
No, you should just be able to enable it like when you click share screen.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You see that?
Yeah. Yeah, just scroll through it, but don't click on anything. And share with me your thoughts on the website, what you think is what strikes you about it and what it's used for.
Okay, so like right off the bat, I can tell it's for the School of Journalism and Media because of the big title up here. And then it also just like looks very cohesive. Like I can see all the sections that like I would need to go through and see which sections have more options too by looking at those like blue arrows,
Mm-hmm.
which is really helpful. And then going down, I feel like the font is very easy to read.
Hmm.
I also like how this stuff is laid out so that it's like quick links if you needed anything. Yeah, I like how you guys laid out the programs. I also like how you've broken it down into series of steps. It makes it easier for someone to follow along if they wanted to request an application.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this line right here, like if it's mandatory, it could like be in bold or something, like do something different around it so that people's attention is drawn there.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I guess like just for this area too, it's just like a lot of like white space around it. It kind of just like makes it look like you're looking at a Word document rather than a website.
I see.
But one thing I do like is how all your hyperlinks are like in a different color so you know that they are clickable.
Mm.
But also like the way it's been broken up with pictures, it makes it a lot less text heavy, which I appreciate.
Mm.
And
Okay.
like the little graphics used on the side, those are also very helpful.
Mm.
Yeah. I think it's like an overall like very like easy to use website. And I feel like if I were to be using it for my needs, it'd be like very easy to navigate.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing. And now we'll get to more specific tasks that I'm going to read each out loud. And if you would like me to repeat it at any time, just feel free to ask me.
Okay.
So, as you can see, it's the homepage for the Hussman School of Journalism and Media. Give me your initial reaction, which you already have. Um, and as you have explored it, um, like the first task is, have you ever seen this site before?
Um, I have not seen this site before. I remember seeing it for a class website, but I didn't interact with it. So it's pretty much looks new to me since I don't really remember much of it.
I see. And you already have shared with me your impression of the layout with the colors and graphics.
Hmm.
And as you mentioned, the photos, like how they are divided and whatnot. Um, is there anything else you want to add on to that?
Um, no, I feel like I did like I said pretty much what my first impressions were.
Okay. And without clicking on anything just yet, describe the options that you see on the homepage and what you think they do. Feel free to move around the page, but don't click on anything.
Okay, so like I can tell that like like I can all the names are like very simple, like easy to use, like kind of like figure out what they mean. So like I feel like each of them like academics probably tells you more about probably like the content that these courses teach, maybe more about the different programs there's like that's offered, research, definitely like just like some of the research that faculty have been doing, as well as like notable alumni, resources for probably people interested in joining the school or is just current students within the school. Make a gift for like donations and then visit. That's probably like if you want maybe like the address of where the school is. Though there is one part that I'm kind of unsure of what it does, and it's just this section right here because it's been cut off. So I'm
Mhm.
not really sure what new stands for.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, like all of this makes sense to me. All of this also like I can understand what it means. Like undergraduate hub, like I wonder like does the school actually have a hub or is it like a set of links that would like like be helpful for undergraduate students? So that one's like interesting for me to figure out what it kind of means.
Hmm.
Um yeah, like this makes sense. Like if I wasn't like interested in the major or minor, or if I was interested in other programs, like I could click on those links to figure out more about him.
Hmm. Um, without like clicking on anything yet, if you were exploring, what would you click on first?
If I were exploring, um, probably just about like kind of to learn more about the school.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's probably what I'd want to just learn more about it.
And now you can go ahead and navigate wherever you want and walk me through it.
Okay, so I'll just start with the first one, which is the one that I probably would have clicked on if I were using it.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah, I like how consistent it is, even like with the homepage. Like it starts off with the picture with like that blue heading. So like it's all looks very cohesive together.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I like how you I like how the sections are broken up.
Um, so the next task is pretend that you're thinking about applying for the Hussman School of Journalism. Try to find information about the application process.
Um, so I probably want to go back to the home page because I remember looking. Oh, never mind. Okay, so I'll probably just go back to that page that we originally started off at because I remember seeing something there.
Mm-hmm.
So this had all the information for it. So I'd probably follow through with these steps to go ahead and start applying and also use these links up here to learn more.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, Moving on to the next task, pretend that you are a prospective student of the school. Show me how you would try to find all the available courses in the journalism school.
Um, I would probably go to the academic section and see what kind of um options there are. So I'd probably go under undergraduate studies, which I'm already there,
Mm-hmm.
and let's see, curriculum and go over to course schedule and details.
Okay.
And yeah, I'd just take a look at all of these
Hmm.
and also look at if I'm interested in the major and minor and see which courses I'd need to plan my courses.
Okay. Moving on, pretend you're a prospective student of the school. Show me how you would try to find the course requirements for the undergraduate journalism major.
Okay, so I'd still look under the curriculum tab because I think that's where it would make the most sense for it to be. And you said as a major or
Yes,
just as a student? Okay,
major.
major. So I click to go under major and just look at all of this. And then also if I like depending on which one I'd be interested in on or interested in, I'd click that to learn more about what I need to take.
Hmm. Um, Moving on to the next question. Pretend that you're trying to find the difference between ad PR and journalism majors.
Mhm.
How would you go
Um,
about that?
So I guess currently on the page. So it says areas of study, and I see that it talks about advertising and PR and journalism.
Mm-hmm.
So scrolling down, I would try to see if like these sections provide more detail about it, or even just by looking at like the different classes that are offered.
Hmm.
So I feel like that would be helpful in trying to figure out the differences between them. And then probably going back to like the undergrad page, clicking on programs and seeing if there's more information there. Yeah,
Okay,
that's probably what I'd do.
nice. So imagine that you were wondering about the amount of credits you need in order to graduate with a journalism and media degree. How would you go about finding the information on the website?
Um, so I'd go back to maybe back to the undergraduate studies page and then looking back at majors, curriculum, and then probably looking at graduation requirements
Hmm.
to see what I need. Well, actually, this doesn't have what I need. So I'd probably like, this is probably where I would have gone, but seeing that it doesn't really have the courses I need to, I think the next one would be probably like looking at academic worksheets to see if they have the plans.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, you don't have to necessarily find it, but the next task is imagine if you were looking for an application deadline, where would you go?
If I were looking for an application deadline, I'd probably like want it to be on the main page so that it is easy to find, which it is. It's very easy to find because it's like one of the only things in this table format.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like where I'd expect it to be.
Okay. If you're looking to schedule an appointment with an academic advising, navigate around the website and try to book an appointment.
Okay. See if there's quick links. I'd probably go down to student services, oh,
Mm-hmm.
but that page doesn't work. Okay. So let's see. The undergraduate hub, academic advising, and then I can use this link to make an appointment.
Okay, perfect. And the last task I have for you is pretend that you're a student in the Hussman School of Journalism and Media, and you're looking to fill out an academic worksheet. Navigate to try to locate the worksheet on the website.
Okay. So I mean, I've already kind of like seen where it is. So like
Yeah.
I remember seeing it in the curriculum tab. So I just go over here, select what applies to me, and
Mm-hmm.
then seeing whichever like one of these applies to me and going from there.
Okay, amazing. Well, thank you so much. That was very helpful. Now I'm going to ask you a few general questions about your experience today. First question is, what was your favorite feature of the site and why?
I just liked how it was like pretty clear what each links meant and like they were also like they stood out from like the rest of the text, making it very easy to navigate through the page. So I just really like the ease of use for that.
Okay. And what was your least favorite feature of the site and why?
Um, my least favorite feature of the site was just that one broken link that I had that I saw because
Hmm.
it was kind of like made it like I had to start from the beginning to figure out like where I need to go to find that resource.
Okay. Um, what was the most useful feature of the website and why?
Um, the most useful feature of the website was probably just like where it like kind of like broke it down into sections, like even during that homepage for undergraduate studies. And I just found it very useful because it was like everything, all like the basic information that you would need was just there for you instead of having to look deeper into the site, looking through different tabs for it.
Hmm. And the next question is, what part was most difficult to navigate and why?
I think the most difficult part to navigate was like looking for the academic advisor, like, because I feel like usually like things like that you can usually find them in the quick links, which I did. It just that it didn't work. So I had to go back and find another method to look for it.
Mm. And what was the easiest to navigate and why?
I feel like the easiest to navigate was just like regarding like academic worksheets or like kind of like planning out your major like courses you need to take because all of it was grouped in one section with like very like easy to read titles.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, do you find the site engaging? Why or why not?
Um Personally, like if I was just like a student, as a student that's not really affiliated with the School of Journalism, I
Mm-hmm.
don't find it engaging because there isn't really much that I need to get from there. But like if I were a school, like if I were a student part of this school, then I would definitely find it engaging and easy to use because all the resources that I need would be on this website.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay. Well, the last thing I would have you do is the post experiment questions, which I will email to you so you can do it at your own time. Um,
Okay.
but thank you so much for taking the time to participate in this usability test. I really appreciate it. I will now go ahead and end the recording and you can navigate away from the website.
Okay.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time.
You're welcome.